Hey, have you ever heard of this game called Sonic Adventure?
Libby
I personally
boys.
love this game, but regardless of what you think about
Boy,
it, you
Libby
have to admit
boys.
it's an
I don't
extremely
know.
ambitious game. Maybe a
Imagine
little
they
too
show
ambitious
Sonic
for its
4 on
own
here
good at
too.
times. After Sonic
On here,
3 and
LOL.
Knuckles, Takashi Iizuka reportedly
There
wanted
is a
to
Sonic
develop
4 video, I
Sonic
think.
RPG
We should
as
watch
the
it.
next major title. Although eventually the project would take shape as a platformer, this desire to make an RPG could be seen in the final product's heavy emphasis on
Yeah, they really
story.
did want to make a
I
Sonic
believe one
RPG, and they
remnant of this
did.
initial RPG inspiration can be seen in the many human NPCs
But it was
you can
bad.
talk to
It was
throughout the
bad.
game.
Especially the music was
There's
terrible.
honestly a surprising amount of dialogue written for these characters.
Hold on. Grab
I
it.
feel like the
Something.
vast majority of people who play this game won't even bother talking to any of them, and most of the people who do will probably only talk to a handful of them once or twice. But most of these NPCs have new lines after basically every single stage and story event. There are even entire subplots that go on during the background of the main game, some of which deal with some pretty strange subject matter like gambling addiction and infidelity. That's why I decided to create a new speedrun category, NPC%. In addition to beating the game like normal, you also have to talk to every single person every time their dialogue updates. The dialogue isn't all just fluff. Some of it is actually semi-useful in that it can point you in the right direction. Hey, I saw the coolest pair of shoes. Supposed to make you feel lighter than air, but they're hidden in a secret spot. They'd be perfect for you, Sonic, if you can find them. What the fuck, dude? Just tell me where they are.
Okay, I'm back.
Kids love to go on little treasure hunts.
This video is wild.
A weird pair of shoes in the sewer. I told him to put them back and he ran outside.
What?
Ah, enlightening.
More like Sonic
sure,
Tedious
they get
Glitchy
hit, but here's the
Adventures
thing.
06
When you get
coming
stuck in
never.
Sonic Adventure, you're not gonna walk around
You're
talking
right.
to the NPCs hoping for esoteric clues. You're just gonna go touch the dedicated hint orb that will tell you exactly where to go.
Yeah, that hint orb
The
is
NPCs
invaluable.
literally exist purely for flavor. They're all completely
You can't replace
optional,
that hint
which
orb.
is why I absolutely love these guys. They go a long way towards making Station Square feel like a real city. So yeah, I just
This is
wanted to
why I
make
like
a video
Sonic
talking
Adventure
about
1,
some of my
man.
favorites. What,
It
you
had
got
a lot
problem
of
with that?
soul.
There actually aren't that many people total. In fact, in pre-release screenshots, you can actually see there were a lot more NPCs walking around. Presumably they had to be cut for hardware-related limitations. Or maybe they just didn't want to write dialogue for all these different
That's all the
people.
names I could think of.
We can't
Hold on,
do
hold on.
anything without sponsors. If our sponsors quit, we're done. What are you, a fucking YouTuber? You have to say
Dang.
something like, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN.
Bro?
Let's say hypothetically you live in a certain country and your favorite YouTuber uploads a video, but it's region blocked, even though they didn't do anything wrong,
NordVPN.
except use a bunch of copyrighted material.
Guys, should
Well,
we
using
watch
NordVPN, you can
watch
change
the
the
sponsored
location
parts, or should we
problem
just skip
solved.
over them?
I mean, listen, you don't want to be one
What do
of
you
those
guys
guys
think?
who pays for Netflix and then never even checks
I
out the
won't watch
selections they have
Raid
for other
Shadow
countries.
Legends.
You're basically voluntarily scamming yourself at that point.
Skip.
Trust me, I've seen the way
Okay.
the internet is heading, and you're gonna have to start using a VPN eventually. In the description, is it true use?
I should get sponsor block on this thing.
Also, the logo reminds me of Ice Cap Zone. Okay, back to the video. Hey, it's Sonic. Is it true you saved the entire world? What's happening with Angel Island? Something kind of interesting about this kid's dialogue is that in the early
Okay,
English
sponsor
script found
block
in the
is
E3
on.
trial version, he explicitly makes reference to both the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic
Let me
CD.
refresh the page.
For
We're
whatever
at
reason, they decided to remove the
378 or yeah, 80.
Hey, have you ever
357.
heard of this game called Sonic Adventure World?
There we go.
What's happening with Angel Island? Something kind of interesting about this kid's dialogue is that in the
Skip
early
their
English script found in
uneducational.
the E3
True.
trial version, he explicitly makes reference to both the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Guys, I
and
got
Sonic
lunch up
CD.
here ready to
For
go.
whatever reason, they decided
nice.
to remove the Little Planet reference during localization, which is kind of odd. There's this guy who works at the train station who's constantly miserable, which is actually foreshadowing how the train workers go on strike later. It's a cute little in-universe reason for them to temporarily disable the train for story purposes. People around town will even comment on it, and there's some fun dialogue if you talk to the workers on strike as Gamma. This one guy is fucking stoked he doesn't have to go to
Dang.
work. Eventually they work things out, and this dude doesn't seem to hate his life so much, which is nice.
Dang.
The other guy seems pretty
I'd be
bummed,
stoked
though.
too. I'd just be streaming all day
NPC
if
is
I
a
didn't have to go to
newsstand
work.
lady who usually has a newspaper
Nah.
commenting on what's happened recently or giving hints about what to do next. You can even find her outside the newsstand on occasion. I hate sunsets. I hate the stars. What the fuck is this guy's problem?
What? Yeah, what
You
is his
find what you're
problem?
looking for? I found myself by inquiring within.
What?
Froggy, where are you?
Big
One
the
of the
cat.
more well-known NPCs in the game is this kid, Mr. Know-It-All. He provides gameplay tips and is responsible for this infamous line. Oh, and don't worry if the view suddenly changes. It does that sometimes. Great. He also provides the in-universe explanation as to why Big isn't allowed to fish at the Coastin Station Square. Apparently the waters here are protected as part of a preserve.
Wow.
That's another aspect I love about these NPCs. They offer canonical explanations.
Big
for
the
weird
cat.
shit. Hey, why hasn't anybody moved this stone? Well, apparently the authorities are running an investigation into it, and it's so creepy looking that nobody wants to touch it.
Wait, hold
Incredible
on.
Stuff. Like the reason Gamma
Very
has to
small,
hold the stone
unrefined
in this
list.
pedestal even after Sonic and Tails
Arcadians,
unlocked it, is because this guy moved the
Polybunch,
stone out of the cave. Even has
Polybiuses,
dialogue if you talk to him with the stone.
Polybinguses,
Similarly, as Sonic or Tails,
Gringos,
this guy
Pirates
takes
of the
stone
Arcadia.
and will have altered dialogue if you talk to him with it. And even
Pirates of the
unique
Arcadia
dialogue
sounds
can come
kinda
later
awesome,
with the
though.
Ice Stone. To protect our rights as
I don't think I have
workers, we're
anything
thinking
pirate-related
about
going on, though.
strike. But it's a secret. I take pride in being able to keep my mouth shut. I can keep a secret no matter what.
I'm trying. I'll keep thinking. I'll keep thinking on
So
it.
there's this poor kid whose mom is clearly addicted to gambling. I go to the casino
Gringos.
every night. You can find the kid
The
crying
eye patch
outside
in the
casino
short.
alone
That's
at
true.
night. The next day you can find her denying it.
I could
much
pull
to
up
the
with a
dismay of her
pirate ship.
son.
That eye patch.
Later you can find her going there again. Oh no, as soon as the sun sets, I just automatically head this
It does
way.
need some
It's not my fault,
representation.
my feet have a mind of their own.
Maybe
Later you
something
can find
Metal
her
Gear
lamenting her
related.
gambling
'Cause
losses.
that's kind of what I was going for.
Okay,
Like
that's
Solid
it, I
Snake is
swear,
the
I'm
eye
never going
patch.
in that casino again.
I'm gonna turn this down
How
just
many
a
times
tad.
have I said that before? My mom has been pretty
It is
sad
iconic.
since yesterday.
It's true.
I'm pretty blue too. Maybe this subplot will end with her finally learning to value her son.
Also,
over
no-
never mind.
If the
But
volume
subplot
is
that
ever
always struck
wonky,
as
just
the
let me know.
strangest Was this dude who was cheating on these two girls? Even other NPCs will comment on it. What do you think I should say? I saw your boyfriend.
Yeah, this guy
with
is
your girl,
unfiltered.
perhaps?
I like
No, I can't say that,
Cybershell.
Can I? Eventually he ends up getting caught, which leads to this amusing scene by the poolside. Can you believe it? He was seeing another girl. I can't believe this. I don't understand why you two are so angry. Try to relax, okay?
Wow.
Fucking laugh. I mean,
Wow.
typically, you'd expect this shit to have a happy ending of some sort because it's a kid's game.
Poly
but some of these
bake.
conversations are weirdly bleak.
I don't know about that
expect
one.
Too much. If you've got high expectations, you'll just be that much more disappointed. It's not that I thought you were so great. I was just so lonely. I could not stand being alone. Jesus. My favorite subplot that develops
Big
over the
time
course of the game has got to be
demonetization.
This shy burger girl. She's got a crush on the guy who works at the burger shop. Over the course of the game, she slowly manages to approach him, eventually managing to work her way inside the burger
I
shop.
like these icons,
Although she's
dude.
still too shy to say anything to him. She just ends up eating a burger and leaving. I always thought this was a fun subplot to check in on over the course of the game. There's even a cute little resolution where she ends up getting a job working there.
Are you a Morrowind enjoyer?
Although some subplots have
I never really
lost
played
significance,
Morrowind.
Like the search expedition
I know it's
ended up getting
huge.
Canceled. These guys were specifically sent into the jungle to look for the ruins, and they couldn't
I
find
tried
them, so
playing
now
it,
they're
but
packing up and going home.
whenever I did back in those days, it was too.
Maybe these guys don't deserve a happy
The
ending.
compatibility layer
Like I
within
said
Windows
earlier,
wasn't having it. I haven't tried it since.
character-specific dialogue. Like for example, you find a
Aren't
lot
they
of these guys
remaking
who go on
Morrowind with the
dates
Skyrim engine? Like
I've heard
some
more than enough
fans.
about how great Sonic is.
Question: Is Ninjago girl just God looking down at us?
Find out the dude who owns this building is scared
I
of
don't.
frogs.
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's it. I'm telling you. I don't know anything about any creature that ribbits.
That's how I
and
see that
pops.
emoji.
My favorite is talking to people as Gamma. Sometimes people are absolutely terrified of you. Sometimes they just think you're wearing a costume. Some of them just don't seem to give a fuck either way. There's some pretty funny stuff. One thing I always love.
There's an amazing animation that adapts an AI voice of Dagoth. It's called Dagoth meets Argonian.
like how you can find
Never-
this sleeping gas
Neverian?
Sonic and Tails just sitting
Funny
outside
shit in the
this
world.
Innopolis as Knuckles. Sonic and Tails
I
are
probably
equal
wouldn't get it.
snooze. Those guys are good friends.
One day.
aren't they? Sure, kid.
Didn't I see
I gotta get a list of Morrowind mods because
Yeah, it's called the Master Emerald, dude. I think protecting it is supposed to be
you know
your
that'd
job.
probably be a nice.
Obviously,
way
most
to
of
play
the
it.
NPCs are around Station Square. However, there are a few explorers in the Mystic Ruins who have some amusing dialogue. What's with the big gusts of wind inside that cave? Guess I'll call it Windy Cave. 10,000
Wow.
IQ over here.
Okay.
That's Tails' house on top of the hill.
He's telling that to Tails,
yeah, I
bro.
know. I
Why?
found a Chow garden in the Mystic Ruins. It's on the other side of this cave. But don't tell anybody else, okay? Why not? What are you doing to those Chow? Hey, I got a letter from my folks. Great. They want me to stop acting so childish.
Better
and come
faces, better
home.
bodies, at least so NPCs
Parents
didn't
just
look like
don't get it.
Half-Life
I'm
1.
gonna do what I want. See, this
Yeah,
guy
I'd put
gets it.
some like
Also,
improvements
some of
on
their
there.
dialogue helps
I don't know, I'd probably
elucidate
just go
the
to
fact that this
what
gigantic
nexusmods.com
mountain
or
is actually
whatever
Angel Island, which might
and see
seem
what the
obvious to
top
some,
voted
but I've
are.
seen other people confused about this
But I
in
don't
the
know, I'm
past.
pretty excited about
The last place where you can get some interesting dialogue
a
from
possible
NPCs
fan
is the
remake.
Echidna City in the
Might have to
Tikal
check that out,
flashbacks.
actually,
Most of them are
after
just walking around
after
reading
this.
the same script
See
for
what
all
news is
stories. However, there
came
are a
out
few
with it.
stationary echidna which have dialogue that
Moro
change
Rim,
depending on the character, which reveals
something
a
like
little more
that.
background info on the tribe and Tikal's grandmother, which is neat. Sometimes the flashback will put you in front of the altar, so you actually have to deliberately turn around and go into the city to hear this. Some of the shit these echidnas say
What
is
the
weird
heck?
as hell.
Yeah, Tina.
Is this life a dream, or is it reality? I think, therefore I am. I like fighting. Actually, I love fighting. I've never been scared of anything my whole life. Is there anyone or anything capable of making me feel scared? Some of the dialogue in this game is pretty hard to see under normal circumstances.
It's kind of wacky dialogue.
Like
There's a
after the
lot of
whistle
dialogue in this
launch cutscene with
game.
Tails, the game immediately puts you in the next action stage. You have to manually quit out of the stage in order to see this lovely dialogue from the people of Station Square, terrified for their lives. A huge missile is heading for Station
That's
Square.
crazy. Why do they skip?
We're all gonna die.
Oh, wow.
If I'm gonna die, I might as well spend all the money I've been saving. Whoops, I already spent it all. I'm cleaned out. Tails, you gotta
Rip.
save Station Square. No thanks. There's even dialogue in Station Square in Supersonic's story, even though there's literally no reason to go there. There's some subtle foreshadowing by the hotel manager talking about how he expects the place to fill up soon. Also, this guy. My wonderful building will last forever.
Chaos destroyed everything, bro.
Walk around hub areas and talk to humans formula only makes an appearance in 3 Sonic games total. Sonic Adventure, Sonic 06, and Sonic Unleashed. It's super weird because I think these later 2 games both offer perfect examples of how to do it right and wrong. Maybe it's just because this shit was so low poly, but I really didn't mind the humans in Sonic Adventure. However,
Yeah, the Sonic Adventure humans were okay, because they didn't look... They looked like little pegs from the board game Life, you know what I mean?
Just a background element, but they decided to make Sonic's relationship with the human character one of the central elements of the
I would be
game.
looking up.
But I think the more Pixar-esque, exaggerated style of Unleashed worked fine. It
Those
also
were
didn't have any
fine,
super
but
important human characters. The most we got was Professor
these were
Pickle.
still the best,
The human
I think.
characters are really just there to help flesh out the setting and give some flavor to the world. When it comes to funny dialogue from these 2 games, honestly, they both deserve their own individual deep dives. There's a lot to unpack. 06 may have given us Luppy Luppy, but
Sonic
also gave
Man.
us Sonic Man. When it comes to Sonic interacting with humans as a central premise, the other 2 main pieces of media that come to mind are Sonic X and the Sonic movie. Sonic X was originally going to take place in a world populated with animal characters as seen in the pilot, but at some point they decided to change the premise to Sonic and friends getting teleported to Earth. Over the years, I've seen a lot of people say they wish we got a series like the one shown in the pilot, but I think that's just
Still
mostly
never
because
seen
they wanted
Sonic
the series
X.
without Chris
I don't
Thorndyke.
think I ever will.
The movie was another take on the Sonic comes to Earth premise, but I think it was handled a lot
Maybe I'll
better.
watch an
The
abridged
idea
thing.
of Sonic being a freaky alien who has to live in hiding was a lot better realized than in Sonic X. I think the movie is proof you can do a good Sonic
Guess
and human
blind
storyline
people
if you
are
want
lucky
to.
they
It's
can
all about
say, I can't
execution.
remember, it's a little
So, what the
foggy.
hell happened to the humans in Sonic
Huh?
games? They haven't been seen since Unleashed. If Forces and the IDW comic are anything to go by,
Oh,
humans
yeah,
have been
from your
completely
last
phased
message.
out in favor of these Sonic Worldians. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
they-
humans
those
are
Sonic
necessary for
Worldians
the
gotta
Sonic
go.
story or anything.
They gotta
I just
go.
don't see why they can't coexist. I'll never understand why they've been to the humans immediately after they finally got it right in Unleashed. And even if you're not a fan of the human characters, that's totally fine. But I mean, you can never truly remove humans from the series because, you know, Eggman is a fucking human. Plus, humans are a pretty important part
True.
of Shadow's backstory.
Unless they get rid of Eggman.
According to the head of Sonic Team,
Well, they never will, though.
Takashi Iizuka, the Sonic series takes place across 2 worlds, although various people at Sega have given differing interpretations as to what exactly that means, like 2 planets or just 2 societies or what. My absolute favorite example of how weird Sega is with mandates about Sonic is their current stance on money, as in, it doesn't exist. Ian Flynn,
What?
lead writer of the IDW comic, explained in an episode of his podcast, The Bumblecast, that they were explicitly told not to use money of any kind in the comic. This was also confirmed by Tyson Hess on Twitter, who was specifically told not to use money of any kind in the YouTube shorts. He also confirmed this even extends to the idea of using rings as currency. There are so many strange things about this decision from Sonic Team. I mean, for starters, money has been shown to exist numerous times throughout the series. One of the most iconic reoccurring staples of the series is the casino stages, which
why is there a casino and they're trying to pretend no money exists in this game? That makes no sense.
Who's obsessed with money, like that's his main personality gimmick. As if this mandate wasn't weird enough, they don't even bother following it in the 2 most recent games that have come out. So what gives? They just arbitrarily decide when you are.
Hey, what's up, Juan? How you doing?
There can be
I'm doing
money
well.
in the games, but not in the comics or shows. Or maybe Vector still loves money, even though it doesn't exist in his world. He just really likes the idea of it.
What?
Honestly, it's not like the idea of money is absolutely crucial to the ability to tell a good Sonic story either. It's just I completely fail to understand the reasoning behind it. Like, why? What's the point? I mean, think about it. Try to imagine a world with no money. You can't. It's impossible. I know this might sound crazy, but Sega needs to hire a Sonic fact checker to make sure this kind of thing doesn't
That's good.
happen.
It's
Just
good to
some kind
hear.
of huge Sonic nerd who could make sure things are consistent, you know? And that someone should be me.
It's a good day so
The
far for
salary should
everybody.
be $1 million a year. Sorry, I kind of veered off into a tangent at the end there, but nobody would have watched this video if it was called A Treatise on Humans and World Building in Sonic the Hedgehog, Show Me the Money.
I'd play
A
it.
super special thanks to my patient patrons for putting up with all my bullshit.
Alright, that was the video for Cybershell's The Weird Humans of Sonic Adventure.
There are 5 different levels.
Hold on, let me chop that up real quick, guys. Let me chop that up and we'll find another one.